Frenchie, who loves you? 20 years I've been busting your chimes, and you're still trying to come up like a virgin. Are you ready? 4-4 the hard way, baby. Oh, ain't I wonderful? Coochie coo, kid.
There's something inside you. It's hard to explain. They're talking about you, boy, but you're still the same.
You are listening to the AutoChat Show. This is episode number 5. Thanks for joining us and welcome aboard. We are your hosts. I am Craig from NJ, and join with me as always is Teddy K. What's going on, Teddy?
Who loves you, baby?
Who loves you? Every week, Teddy and I, occasionally along with various guests, will ramble about happenings in the automotive world, pick over the remains of motor news, discuss cars and pop culture, and whatever else might creep into our brains. Caution. Be prepared for 100% unfiltered opinions along with our vast knowledge of building, racing, driving, fixing, and tuning cars. Best place to reach us is on Facebook. Do a search for the AutoChat Show. It's an open group to all listeners. We welcome your comments and car tech questions, suggestions for upcoming episodes. Visit our official webpage at autochatshow.com, where you will find all of our previous episodes and links to the various videos mentioned in each episode. We're still running the iTunes contest. Leave a positive review and 5 stars on iTunes and get entered into a drawing to win a Meguiar's Car Care Kit valued at $50. These reviews really help us get noticed on iTunes, and we certainly appreciate it. So we have a guest with us today, Teddy. We're joined by Alex. Alex, what's going on?
What's up?
Okay, what's up?
Big Alex, what's going on, buddy?
So Alex has a bone to pick with you, Teddy. Okay, because
Go ahead.
on the last show, we were talking about Alex and the little experience we had down in Delaware, and you kind of called this car. What'd you call it, Teddy?
His S4.
Yeah, I think you called it a piece of.
I think it was. Watch your voice. Watch your voice.
So Alex has a bone to pick with you. So Alex, welcome to the show.
How you doing, fellas?
All right. So before you get to attack Teddy here, as tradition on the AutoChat Show, we have all of our guests kind of go over their automotive history with us. Cars they've owned in the past, and we kind of just take it from there. So, what? You're a car guy, obviously. I've known you for years. Where did you start this journey with cars?
All right. I started about 85, I think it was. First car was a Fastback Mustang.
All right.
Awesome.
Then from there, I had a Saab 900S. Hey, listen, man, that was the best.
It was. It's heavy duty.
That was an airplane. That was an airplane.
And that was no turbo. That was just all natural aspirated, correct?
No, that one was the turbo. That was the turbo.
That was the turbo,
yes.
the 900?
Yes.
I had a 900. Didn't have no turbo.
Yes, it was an S. It was.
Was it black? It had to be black, right?
It was actually silver.
Okay.
It was a
Mine was
silver
cream.
with the what was it? It had a little black wing on the back.
Okay, right.
It had the little slope.
Yeah.
I had the, it was what it was when, back then. Then from there, I had what was that from there? Oh man, definitely had my silver.
Lincoln Town Car.
No.
I did have a Lincoln Town Car.
How did you know, Teddy?
Did it have airbags?
Of course, but at least mine was not sagging.
True.
I had that. I had Silverado. I love that thing. It was an 85.
What year?
I think it was 85.
Chevy.
Big boy. How heavy was that truck back then?
Yo, that was just like
pure steel, right?
Yeah, it was just a sled. Had a 350 in it. Did a posi rear. A 400 transmission. And an airbag system.
Now, was that the one that so it was the airbags? That's the one you had totally slammed to the ground?
Yeah,
Okay, you were telling me about that truck.
Yeah, that one was my baby. I usually used it for towing motorcycles and stuff.
Oh, wow.
At the time, I had a little tow truck service for motorcycles.
Now, you have a big motorcycle history, too, right? I mean,
Yes, I'm definitely big into the motorcycle scene. I got a few. I got a Busa, Kawasaki 636, 2 choppers.
Nice.
A Buell.
You got a Buell, yeah?
Yeah, definitely got a Buell. I got a 12.
That's awesome.
12, what's it, the 1200, the Lightning.
Nice. Any Triumphs?
Didn't have a Triumph. I had another Busa that I sold, and I had what else did I have? A Jigster. Six,
What was your favorite? Because I love Gixxers actually, but what was your favorite?
my favorite is my Kawasaki 636. It's so nimble. I mean, I even cracked a couple jokers in the head with 1000s.
Really?
With that thing. I mean, it's awesome. It's a beautiful bike. I mean, I take it up in the mountains. It's wonderful.
It was the best riding bike that you had?
It's a good bike. I'm tall, that's why. And right now, I barely use it anymore because I'm so tall, and it gets works on the back.
Right.
But my Busa, I love the Busa. I have an air suspension on the Busa, and
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And it has an air suspension on it, and I drove that thing all the way down to Virginia with no problem. Beautiful. It was like sitting on a couch.
That's great. So you had the Chevy Silverado. I didn't mean to cut you off there and go into bikes because you seem to have a lot of bike history too.
Yeah.
What did you have after the Chevy?
The Chevy. Well, before the Chevy, I had a Golf, and then later on I got the Chevy. I was always into Volkswagens. I mean, when I was a kid, man. I mean, I got bit by the bug a long time ago.
Farfernuggen.
Yeah, definitely Farfernuggen. But I still love other types of vehicles. I mean, there's a lot of vehicles out there that I do still like, and it's just, for me, Volkswagen was always there. And I've had the Golf, I had the GTI, I got a Golf 3, I have a Mark 5.
This is now. Like you have all these now. I mean, you have a large collection of Volkswagens.
Yes, I had a large collection, and throughout the years, I had a few.
Alex, do they run?
Yes, they all run.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I
I
can bring you by the house anytime you want. I'll start every night. I'll tell you what.
Check it out.
I haven't started my Golf 3 in about 4 years, and I guarantee you that bad boy. I stick the key in there, it's on. I mean, we can't go far in it because all the potholes, but she's running. She's ready to go.
The battery stays charged all the time?
Yeah, I keep it on a trickle charge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
And that's how I met you, Alex, was through the Volkswagen community, and we've known each other for a long time now, and you have quite a collection, that's for sure. You've got at least 6 or 7 Volkswagens, a couple of Audis. We go to a lot of the shows throughout the country together, so you're definitely a big part of that community.
Big time.
So, Ted was over there dissing on your S4 when I was talking about the slave cylinder. How'd that make you feel? And you were so passionate about it, you called me up and said, I want to be on the show.
Yeah, definitely. I understand. Yeah, my car is the 01. She has quite a few years on her. But, everything in due time does fall apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but my 1990 S10 Blazer would never fall apart going down there.
Listen, I'm agreeing with you 100% because I know my Chevy took me to Florida 3 times.
No problems.
In less than a month without an issue.
You see?
Nothing.
Yep. We're going to talk about Chevy towards the end of the program because we got some really good news about Chevy and Chevy trucks in particular. So we'll hold that for a minute. Weren't you also telling me, Alex, you had a Mitsubishi Diamante?
Oh, yes. I love that car.
And
that was the bomb.
You called me up after, what was it, episode 3? We did a little send-off. We did a little tribute to Mitsubishi at the end of the show and played a song, and you got a little misty-eyed. You got a little.
Yeah, you brought a tear to my eye when I heard that. That car was like one of the best. Yo, I couldn't put that car in my garage. I could not put it in. It was so damn long.
Well, that car was that big?
It was that big.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
I didn't realize it was that big.
They came out the Diamante to compare with the
What was it, like
245,
17
correct?
feet long or something? What the hell?
Yo, that thing was, I don't know how long it was, but it was huge. Yo, the bumper actually protruded the door.
Wow.
So I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, how am I going to get this in the garage?
Right.
And it was wide, too.
Yes, it was very wide. It was nice. Oh, man, let me tell you something. You get in that car, it was like getting in a Lincoln, but, it was just like, oh, man, this thing, you going to go for a ride? Not a problem.
That's great because I remember you called me right after that the show aired, and you loved that little send off we did the Mitsubishi. So
yeah, I feel for Mitsubishi. They definitely put out a couple good cars at their time.
I mean,
from when them to bring back those cars that they try to pick.
Well, now they're only working with a few models. They got the Mirage, which is 74 horsepower. That just came out. That's a brand new car. And they also have the Outlander they're pushing pretty big right now. But I mean, beyond that, of course, the Lancer and a couple other ones, but they're just, I don't know. Ted, we're going to check them out at the auto show, but I mean, it's just they're not in the game anymore. They're not in the U.S. market right now.
Well, did I tell you about the Mirage in California when I was out there?
No, what happened?
There was like 2 truckloads filled of those Mirages. Getting ready to deliver.
Going to the scrap heap? Oh, okay. Going
so
all right, okay.
cheap. Yeah, they'll probably go in the scrap heap. Yeah, probably.
Listen, if the wind would have blew a little bit harder, they would have fell off the truck.
Easily.
Wow, that's great. Well, Alex, again, thanks for joining us today. We're going to jump right into motor news. So, Ted, I got some information on the Dodge Hellcat line. And apparently what's happening here is, the Hellcats, there's 2 different models. They have the Charger Hellcat and the Challenger Hellcat, which is kind of their super-duper, supercharged, just super fast cars. Apparently Dodge is suspending taking orders on these cars because the orders are basically exceeding the amount of cars that they can produce. And they've also uncovered that some of the dealers are playing some games.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a couple of them at the auction for sale.
So we were at the auction, and there was 2 brand new Hellcats, right? They only had 2 miles on them or 5 miles, whatever it was. They were new cars being put through an auction, which is kind of strange if you think about it, because these dealers took money and took deposits from people, and now the cars are going through an auction, which they should be going to the people.
Right.
All right, check this out. I've heard about this, and I was watching this on TV. The dealers were getting 3 cars, I think it was 3 cars a piece.
Oh, it was 3. Is that little?
Yeah, it was 3 cars a piece. The guy, whoever was the guy who was supposed to take the car, held it for a week. And 3 weeks, and it comes back, and then they send it to the scrap yard. It was supposed to be there. Those cars were supposed to be destroyed, not actually put out into the street.
Oh, so there was some demos out there that weren't supposed to be sold.
Yes,
okay.
They were actually supposed to be destroyed,
and they weren't.
No.
Well, either way, Dodge is suspending taking new orders on these things because they're basically the dealers are taking money, and then let's say that Dodge went to the dealer and says, okay, you're going to get 10 cars for this whole year. You're going to get 10 Hellcats,
yes.
5 Challengers, 5 Chargers, just picking a round number here. It could be more, it could be less. The dealers are taking deposits on 30 of them.
No, I know.
It's not ethical.
No,
they screwed my friend with when the GTR came out. He put a deposit.
Tell me about that. Yeah, and it was the same thing with the auction, wasn't it? What happened with that?
Same thing. And all of a sudden, I went to auction. I'm like, what's going on over here? It's like brand new GTRs up for sale already. I mean, I thought everyone had orders on these.
This is when the GTR first came out, 5 or 6 years ago, or whatever it was. Okay.
What was it? 08, I think it was.
Right, so
and
7 years ago.
My friend got really pissed. He's like, "Yo, it's like, where's the car? Where's the car?" And he's like, "Oh, sorry, sir. We don't have the car." He's like, "What do you mean you don't have the car? I placed an order for the car." Long story short, he went to court with them, whatever, and he finally got his car. But what these guys were doing, they were taking him to the auction. They were making the car base price was $85,000, right?
Right.
These cars were selling for $114,000, $115,000
at the auction. So the dealer can't charge somebody more than sticker. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But they can sell it at an auction for more than sticker.
Yeah. So basically, they were trying to get their money back.
Yes.
Before they started selling them to the public.
Real ethical, huh? Isn't that nice? If you actually take your hard-earned money and put a deposit in with the dealership,
awesome.
You wait 8 months for a car, and your car goes to an auction first, then you get the second round. Ted, you wanted to talk about this new AC Schnitzer diesel.
Yeah. You know why? Because you always used to make fun of me back in the day when I had a BMW.
And why do they make fun of you?
I want to get those AC Schnitzer wheels. It's like, AC Schnitzer. You used to always make fun of me.
I did.
Come on.
I did.
Yeah, you used to laugh every time I said AC Schnitzer.
I didn't believe it was real. Back then, I didn't know about AC Schnitzer.
You thought I was making things up.
You said it really funny. Craig, I love this car. It's AC Schnitzer.
No, I had a 3 Series. I'm like, what do you think about these AC Schnitzer wheels? It's like, what are you talking about, AC Schnitzer? What's AC Schnitzer?
Listen, man, was you one of those guys that had the AC Schnitzer body kit on there?
No, never did a body kit. The only body kit came with the car. That's it, done. I never got an extra body kit. Always did rims.
Okay.
Just rims, just wheels. That's it. Intense.
I thought you was one of those guys that had the little body kit on.
No. You can ask Craig.
You've kept your cars legit.
I kept my cars legit.
You never even
I kept them classy.
You never even
the Cabriolet.
You never debadged the car or rebadged the car.
No,
you never even did that either.
Back up. Wait a minute. Whoa. Did you just say Cabrio?
Yeah, that was my first car in 1989, Cabriolet.
Oh,
yeah. No, Ted's got some. He's got some VW roots.
I had VWs, man. You kidding me?
You got some VW in your blood.
I had a VW Scirocco as well. I had
Scirocco, yeah.
Yeah, I had an Audi 90. I had a.
Now let's go back to that 90. That 90 that was a herder. That definitely hurt you, didn't it?
No, well, it hurt me getting rid of it, but that car was awesome. I mean, that 5-cylinder was the best,
Listen,
man.
You didn't have the Audi 5000?
No, thank God.
That car drove away by
Thank
itself.
God. The Audi 5000 and the Audi 1000 just catch on fire as you're eating a burger. Like you're sitting inside McDonald's and all of a sudden you see the Audi catch on fire.
You're right with that one. You definitely was right.
You know? But the Audi 90, I never had a problem with the Audi 90. I love the Audi 90. I went all over the place with the Audi 90. You remember Craig, the silver one that had?
I do remember that one. Yeah, I definitely do.
That thing, I went all over the place with that.
That was a great car. I do remember getting back to the Cabrio though, your old one. Didn't the guys in high school like pick up your car and move it in lunchtime?
Yeah.
The football players came out and like flipped your car over. What did they do? They moved it like two spaces over.
Like, they picked up and they moved it like 3 places over. And I'm looking at the car. I'm like, hold on a second. I thought the car was right there, and it was actually above. You know,
that car was so light you could do that.
That's wrong.
Yeah, it was a Mark I Cabrio, the first one.
I had one of those. I had one of those.
It was blue, like navy blue, right, Teddy? With the white with the white interior.
That's what I had the red.
Did you? Okay.
Remember, Edgar has the.
Oh yeah, he's still over there.
Yeah,
with the white interior, right?
Yeah,
okay.
with the white top.
Wow.
I love that car, man. I had 2 12-inch subs in the rear.
We all did.
Oh
wait
my
a minute,
God,
bro! I try to stick 210. I try to stick 212s
I did it.
in there, bro.
I pulled down the seats.
I had to do 10s.
I pulled down the seats, man. And I forgot Lou Bedalis actually made the box for me to fit in there, and it sounded insane.
Well, shout out to Lou. I think he listens to the program, so we'll shout out to Lou about that. Thank you for doing that. That's right.
Thank you.
He used to make boxes.
He used to make boxes
in his garage. Like he would actually make speaker boxes.
Oh, that's what's
for all the kids in the neighborhood. It was actually pretty cool.
After school, he's like, "Oh, what do you need?" So I go, "Okay, no problem." After school, he'll come down there. I'll be with him at his house. Boom, boom. Go get the wood.
Yeah, and he did actually some quality. He made some nice boxes. He really did.
Quality. The kid was all quality. I mean, his father was a contractor.
That's
so
right.
He learned after his father.
He had good working tools.
Good.
He used to carpet it with the right type of carpet, that gray stuff. I mean, he did a good job with it. All right, so Ted, the AC Schnitzer.
Well, they came out with the Z4. Listen, I'm not a big fan of the Z4.
The BMW Z4, just stock. You're not.
I love the shape, but I never loved what type of engine was in there. But now, since the AC Schnitzer just put a 5.0 diesel V8 in there, that's pushing, I think, 480 horse and 613 torque. I mean, that thing sounds, that thing would be insane.
600, hold on a second, 619 pound-feet of torque?
Yes, 619.
Out of a car that small, that...
Yeah. And it looks beautiful, too. I mean, to have the AC Schnitzer wheel that I always wanted, that you always used to make fun of me.
I did.
And... But the car looks like a shark. It really does look like a shark. How they advertised it. Remember on the New Jersey Turnpike?
Yeah.
It definitely does look like the shark.
Yeah, it does.
Now, it's a concept car, right? But I mean, still, it's.
Listen, if you have the money, you call up H. Schnitzer, they'll do it.
Wow.
I mean,
very nice.
I give it to them. It looks real nice.
Yeah.
It does. I actually like it a lot. I would rock it.
Well, talking about car customizations, I was seeing this new Saleen Mustang, the 2015.
All right.
Now, let's go back in time a little bit. I always loved the Saleens. Did you like the old Saleens back in the day?
Yeah, they was very nice cars.
Ted, you liked the old Saleens too, right?
All of them. Yeah,
all of them.
I love
they were
them.
always just great-looking Mustang. Whatever they did, whatever the Mustang was, they took it and made it look better.
Well, yeah, I mean, I love the Cobra, but the look-wise, Saleen always did a great job.
Anytime you saw a Saleen, it was like, wow. It was special. Steve Saleen owns the company still. It's still his baby. And now this one, with their little modifications, they changed the hood, they changed some of the body lines a little bit. You know, they made their own little look to the car. They were originally talking about 640 horsepower. But they surprised everybody when this thing came out. It now has a Ken Bell twin-screw supercharger. And if you can get 95 octane gas, which some people can, it can get 750 horsepower.
Kenny Bell supercharger, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, twin screw.
I love the Kenny Bell.
It's twin screw. So 750. I think if you can get 93 octane, it's 730 is what you can still get. This car looks amazing. It's yellow. We'll put a link to this on the website. And it says Steve Saleen is quoted saying, "We've spent a lot of time with aerodynamics," meaning that they really actually put this thing in a wind tunnel, and they were looking at drag and how to really reduce it. And you know, it's just really amazing what they're doing with these cars now. Starting price. Ready for this? What are you drinking, Teddy? It sounds pretty good over there. What do you have over there?
Gin. Today's gin.
Very nice. Very nice.
Gin and tonic, baby.
What are you drinking, Alex? You have...
I'm drinking a little Red Bull here, which is the yellow edition.
The yellow edition. What is it? Tropical something? What does it say there?
Was it tropical fruit?
How is that?
It's awesome.
Okay, I'm drinking a cup of coffee today, actually. So, all right, now that we got that out of the way. The 2015 Saleen 302 Black Label, starting price $73,214. That's very reasonable.
How much?
$73,214.
For a car that has 730 horse?
730 with 93, 750 with 95 octane. Yeah. I mean, so here's the question: Would you get this or a Z06?
I don't know. You just put yourself down real quick right there. You would never put a Corvette against this, bro. It's out of its league.
So the Corvette
two different animals.
The Corvette would eat this for breakfast.
Absolutely.
That's way out of its league. It's that's something that Mustang has been trying to do for quite a few years.
Yeah.
No, you can't. Yeah,
they can't
stick
touch
with
it.
the Hellcat. Stick with the Hellcat. Stick with the what's the other car?
Well,
Yeah, Ford. Stick with the Camaro.
The Z28, the Z28 Camaro. Okay.
Yes.
Z28. Yeah, don't compare with no Z06.
my
though.
father sent me an article from Motor Trend. By the way, he gets Motor Trend for free too. Just so you know, he told me that.
What the hell's going on? You always get more tricks for me,
So
man.
he called me up and says, "Craig, I want you to talk about this article I read about it was the Z06 Corvette versus the Nissan GTR, and it was pretty impressive. I mean, the GTR actually won in a lot of ways, but it kept up pretty close.
Yeah, for that much horsepower, especially and for a rear-wheel drive car,
Yes.
keeping it with the all-wheel drive car, that is
It is
impressive.
impressive. I mean, it was only about a second or two behind the GTR, but the GTR did ultimately win in pretty much every test, whether it be a straight line or the GTR had better brakes and better acceleration, but still. All right, interesting.
Well, how about this then? What you call it? Tesla just came out with a new software for the Model S. It's called the 7.0 version. I don't know, whatever. Supposedly, it's going to help these cars drive itself, which for me that would be perfect. I can drink and then tell the car to take me home.
Hold on, back up a second. You're saying that, like my iPhone, Tesla is going to upgrade the software in all their cars, essentially.
Sorry, yes.
And
You will be able to update the software by air, just like using, I don't know, they use a cloud or something like that, but they're going to be able to use their software to update Model S for everything. I mean, I don't know. It's a lot more actually in more detail. There's autopilot. There's you're going to be able to press a button with your phone and it'll park the car inside the garage and close the garage after behind it. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, Nissan already has something like that.
Well, Toyota has had that for a long time.
Yeah.
Mercedes S-Class has that, but this is actually like it's legit. Like you don't even have to be in the car the same.
Well, I was watching. What was it? I was watching. Matter of fact, I was watching that Motor Trend TV show.
do you get the magazine for free too? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I definitely don't get the magazine.
I would have slammed this damn phone into the freaking screen right now if that was seriously.
No, I actually watched it on Motor Trend on the Speed Channel, and they've been talking about this over the years where was it Nissan? Nissan has the car that's actually running now on road on its own. People just
Which
sitting-
Nissan? Is that small Nissan like the Versa they're probably using?
It's some. It looks like a little space age car. I really didn't. They didn't say a name to the car. It was just some. It was like just a test car. But they actually had the people just sitting in the car and it was just driving on its own.
Well, there's a web video we're going to talk about in just a minute. Mercedes has that car. Ted, you saw that video, right?
That was in Europe.
Yeah, no. It was
right?
in San Francisco, actually. They took it. It was the F015 concept car.
Well, I actually saw one YouTube video that they were in, I think, Netherlands, and it was just going by itself. Yeah. The guy had his hands in the air, going through tunnels and everything by itself.
That was a Mercedes one?
And it was an S-Class, S600
No,
Mercedes.
this is a concept car. This is a whole new car. It's called the F015, and we'll put a link to it on the website so everyone can see the video we're talking about. This car looks like it's from that movie, I don't know, iRobot or something. It looks like it's...
Oh, hold on a second. That's the one that like you can actually sit. There's like a living room.
Yes, in the back.
right in the middle, right?
And all the door panels are touchscreen. Everything is touchscreen in the car, and the car literally drives itself.
Yes.
Well, they were showing that on the auto show, the first auto show that came out, actually.
Yes, they drove from... Actually, the car drove by itself, I believe, from San Francisco to Las Vegas.
Yes, it did, yeah.
With nobody behind the steering wheel the whole time.
Yeah, but an Audi did that too.
Yeah, they
You
all
know
did
that,
it.
So basically, they running the GPS on it.
Oh yeah, the whole
the satellite.
it's radar
the whole time.
Now I'm gonna. This is funny. Another podcast out there was talking about this that I was listening to, and this is actually kind of funny. There's gonna come a time, if you think about this, that the car is gonna decide to kill you. Think about this for a minute. If the car senses, let's say, somebody in the road, right, and it has to veer out of the way, or it's gonna hit this person. Will it actually veer out of the way and then kill you to not kill the person in the road? Or, I mean, you got to think about that for a minute.
You know what? That's actually
that's
something to really
smart.
think about.
I mean, it gives you a little something. It's like, is the car going to take out that person in the road to save you?
Well, would it veer or would it just brake? I think it would just brake though, because I mean, Google had that whole system with the Prius, and a person was walking on the road, and as the person was walking on the road, it sensed it and it just braked really hard. It didn't swerve right or left.
Right, but
it just
it's
braked.
just something to think about, because there's going to come a time where when these cars start driving themselves in the next, let's say, 20, 30 years, or even sooner than that, and the car makes a decision to kill you.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No,
I mean,
I don't think
there's
so.
some
I don't think-
philosophical, ethical, kind of.
I think these computers are more knowledgeable than us, and they can, predict everything out there.
All right.
Seriously.
So you're putting your hands in the you're
why-
putting
why
life in
the-
the hands of
why
the
the hell
computer.
not? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You bugging. Something's really
I
wrong.
am bugging.
Something really wrong with you right now.
Come on, man. We put ourselves in planes all the time. There's all
Yeah, but there's
computers.
just two pilots up there
Yeah,
usually.
but you still got somebody.
But planes keep falling down still, right? With these two pilots.
Yeah, we just heard about
Yeah,
that.
but you really realize that car has full control. You have none. You have zero.
Yeah.
Right.
You allowing.
Well, I mean, listen. Eventually, you probably will have zero control, but they're not going to make it like that. It'll be like iRobot in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to drive, you press a button, you drive.
And this car looks
You
like
have
it's
full
from
control.
iRobot. It actually looks like those cars.
Yeah, it does. That car actually looks like from
Minority Report. That's the one.
When the guy comes up and Tom Cruise just comes right into his room.
That was the movie.
That's what it looks like.
And they're kind of similar. Well, in iRobot, they had the Audis. Didn't Will Smith drive that Audi?
The TT.
It was like a futuristic TT, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, it
yes.
was.
As you clear your throat. Yeah, that's it. So actually, Teddy, we had some listener emails in the last late week or so. Eddie Nebendahl from Chicago. Actually, funny, great guy. We used to be neighbors. We used to live in the same, kind of in the same house. It was a multifamily house, and we were neighbors. He's been listening to the show ever since it started. He had a question about the Ford Focus RS drift mode, that they actually put a button in the Ford Focus RS that actually engages drift mode. So, Ted, did you know about that?
I heard about that, but I don't understand how it works, though.
What it uses what's Ford is calling, and what really most manufacturers call, torque vectoring, which means that it will actually spin the wheels at different. So they'll spin the right front wheel faster than the left front wheel.
So it makes it easier for you.
Yes, it makes it easy. So even the novice driver
So what
can drift.
skill? I mean, that's what I'm trying to say now. You don't need any skill right now today to drive these cars.
You can
that irritates
you can even
me.
drift without any skill now. And this is a front wheel drive car, mind you.
And we were just talking about that with Lamborghinis and Porsches. Any Joe Schmo can drive these supercars right now, these hypercars,
Yes.
whatever you want to call it. That irritates
Yes,
me.
actually, I take it back. It's an all-wheel drive car. So if you put it in drift mode, it will actually send.
It sends it in the back,
yes,
and then
it will vector the
gotcha.
torque from there. So yes, so Eddie, this is for you. It does exist. There is a button on that car if you want to pick up a Ford Focus RS and you want to do
Please
some
don't.
drifting around the mean streets of Chicago. You definitely can do that. All right.
Just pick up a Mustang and learn on your own.
Did I ever tell you guys about Operation Lights Out?
No,
All right.
not me.
It's a funny story, and I don't mind sharing it. Actually, I asked Ed if I could before I did it. Ed and I lived in like a 3-family house. All right, so there was, I was on one side, Ed was on the other, and we had some neighbors upstairs. And apparently, it was just a couple, a guy and a girl living together, and they ended up moving out. But the guy's friend ended up moving in, and we found out later, a couple weeks later, the guy wasn't paying rent. He was just living there for free. And he was into all crazy stuff, partying, drinking, bringing people over, making noise all hours of the night. I mean, it was really a bad situation. He wouldn't take the garbage. It was disgusting what he was doing up there, because obviously he didn't care. He was, he had dogs up there, and he was just basically squatting until the landlord figured it out and kicked him out.
Right.
So Ed and I got so, I guess, frustrated, and we were ready just to get rid of this guy. We ended up planning an operation and executing it to get rid of this guy. And we called it Operation Lights Out. Okay. what we did was we all had individual power meters, and I ended up getting like a brass lock from the hardware store, one that didn't look like it was a master lock. It was just a nondescript brass padlock. And it was the middle of December. I'll never forget this. I pulled around the corner from the house, so I wasn't home, and I pretended like I still wasn't home. I was scoping it out. I saw he was upstairs. He was making some dinner or something like that. I went to his meter. I shut the thing off, locked it, and then ran away. And I drove away. I think I went to the movies. I watched a movie or two, waited till about midnight, and then came back. He was gone. It was the middle of December. It was freezing out. Okay, it was absolutely. So he couldn't stay up there. It was obviously it was freezing cold. So needless to say, it got rid of him.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If you got to get rid of them, you got to get rid of them.
So that was Operation Lights Out. We planned and executed the perfect operation to get rid of the squatter. And Eddie and I actually got in there afterwards, and we saw the place. It was disgusting. I mean, it was just nasty. Just living in filth. It was just ugh. But it was a good operation. So, Ed, thanks for reminding me about that, and please keep the questions coming. Ed also had a question about the Hellcats. He's interested in them a lot. He sent a couple of emails about that. So, Ted, you and I got a chance to actually see the both Hellcats, and we didn't drive them, but we did get a chance to actually look at them. What were your thoughts on those?
I was more impressed with the 4-door.
That would be the Charger.
Two-door.
That would be the Charger.
Yes, I'm sorry. The Charger Hellcat. Yes.
Okay.
I was more impressed with that. I couldn't believe how loud that car was.
Right.
The interior was it's like being in a Lazy Boy. The inside was cool. I mean, for what it is, for what Dodge does, I mean, I respect it. I'm not going to lie. I did not like the Challenger.
First of all, it was running like junk. I mean, the car was supposed to be new, but
hold on a second. Yeah, maybe that was running rough. Who would ever know? It might have been a lemon.
Yeah, it could have been a lemon.
You can't knock on that.
We didn't drive these cars.
Them.
We were able to get into them because they were new cars, so they didn't want us to put miles on them.
We were just checking them out.
We started. Do you know how loud that Charger was? I mean, I heard you start that car.
The Charger was louder than the Challenger. Does that make any sense? I don't know. And I was actually going through the modes to see if I could put on sport mode or try to see if I could open the
exhaust flaps to see if they were going.
Yeah. So and nothing. I couldn't find a way. I don't know. Maybe I was doing something wrong. But when the Charger when you were revving the Charger, put it this way, you didn't even have to rev the Charger. I was in the back of the Charger, and I was just trying to talk to the other guy that was next to me, and I wasn't able to hear myself talking.
And I was inside the car.
You were just idling.
Okay.
You were just idling.
I started the car, and you were outside the car. And you were talking to the guy outside, whatever, one of the other guys that was looking at it. I couldn't hear a word you were saying. That's how loud it was inside the car.
I couldn't hear what I was saying, let alone you. You kidding me? You were inside the car. I couldn't even hear what I was saying to the guy.
The car was idling. It felt like it was going to shake apart. Okay, that's how loud it was.
Wow.
So
it sounded
badass. So Ed, we're gonna try to get our hands and actually test drive these cars a little bit more thoroughly. All we get a chance to do was just look at them and turn them on. We both like them so far. We just need to see what they're like on the road. They sound absolutely insane from an exhaust standpoint. They just sound.
Like if that car was next to me and it took off, I'll crap myself. Seriously, it was that loud.
It was that loud. No, honestly, it was just.
It's that loud.
No, but it was. All right, you know how Alex, you know how a Shelby sounds like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's 500.
It's got a nice grumble.
It has that rumble. Yeah. This one is like a scary loud though. It's like someone's coming to attack you. Am I right, Craig? I mean, this is how I felt.
It's nuts.
Now
it's not a crackling sound. It's just like a mean like sound that's coming at you. It's like I want to eat you. You know.
Yeah, but that's
crazy.
It's weird. I mean, would you think that you take that car down the road and you might get a headache?
Well, that's what I was thinking. As I was sitting in the car,
you know what? I'll have a smile on my face at the same time, though.
Oh no, I would imagine.
But that drone will get to you after a while, man. That exhaust drone.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, I think that you boogieing down the road, and you got a nice little cruise, and you hear that.
Yeah,
that
but then again, Alex, you know what? Those flaps have probably been open. Maybe you can actually quiet it out. You know. Maybe they were open the whole time. That's why it was so loud.
Does that car have that feature, Ted, where you can change the exhaust note? Does it?
Well, it has to. Listen, both of them, all the Hellcats have that.
Okay, they do. Okay.
And the thing is, though, like what I love about it, it's like you can, you want to just cruise, like Alex said, you can probably close the flappers and just cruise. But when you want to be loud and you want to just take off, that thing just sounds insane.
Yeah,
insane.
Okay, so basically,
I was impressed.
You get in the car, which already has a modified exhaust, where you can actually quiet it, or you can have it to a nice rumble feature.
everything. And it's race ready and everything. It stiffens the suspension,
Yeah,
everything.
it's
It has
700
everything.
horsepower. I mean, it's just amazing. Out of the factory with a warranty. And it's painted that Hemi orange, the engine block. It's really cool. At least the valve covers are. That
Well, that was on, that was on the that was on the Challenger.
well, I didn't see the. Yeah, it's true. I didn't see the Charger engine. I did see the Challenger engine. It had the Hemi orange paint. It was just a beautiful.
Well, it has to be the same. It has to be the same.
Yeah, it's got to be the
engine
same one. Exactly. All right. So there's an article we came across that I want to discuss on the show here. It's written by Alex Kirsten for Car Throttle, which I believe is a British website that deals with cars. So giving credit where credit's due. And this is a really interesting article. I thought it spoke to, our love for cars maybe of the past a bit.
Yeah, you sent me this article. I kind of felt like
The Miata looks good.
like that guy actually. You got to look. I mean, the first and second one, like the two things that they were talking about, like with the pop-up headlights. I wasn't that big of a fan with the pop-up headlights. I mean, I know you are.
Right. This article is 10 features on old cars that we miss the most. That's the name of the article.
Right.
No, it's okay. No, and the first one, number one, is pop-up headlights. Like, that's a feature of cars that have gone away pretty much now. Even on the Corvettes and things that have had them forever, they don't have them anymore. So I like pop-up headlights. In fact, I miss them. I mean,
all right, listen, this article, this thing is just winking at me.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
it's a GIF right now on the screen where it's moving.
It's like, all right. Now, if I remember them having done that, back in the mid-'80s, they were doing that?
What, the pop-up headlights, or actually one going up and one staying down?
That little wink. And then
Little wink.
or sometimes they go up and down, up and down, up and down on their own. They got like a little switch they used to set up. I mean, pop-up lights, I don't know.
I miss them. I think they just, my first car had them. I guess I'm kind of attached to them. Obviously there are some drawbacks because if the motors go, then they're stuck down. You can hand screw them up, but still, I mean, there is some drawbacks to having them. But the way it looks, I do like pop-ups.
Yeah, but what pisses me off though about the pop-ups? I'm gonna tell you right now. It kills the line of the car
when the headlights are up.
You see the car, yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like you look at the car, like wow,
it's not aerodynamic.
And all of a sudden, at nighttime, when you have to turn lights, like, what the hell is that? It's like something sticking out. Like, what is that?
They put
Is
two
that
flashlights on there.
Yeah, what is it? Exactly.
So
doesn't Kit have it? Kit has it.
Kit still has. Yes, Kit was an '82, and he has pop-up headlights. So I still have a car with pop-ups. Thank God.
Yeah,
do they both work?
They both work.
They work beautiful.
I mean, the motors have been replaced. I think. I mean, they're not original motors on there, but because they do go. But yeah, they work up no problem. They both go up at the same time. They both go down the same time. So All right, number 2, Ted. What was that? Thin A-pillars. Is that what number 2 was on this list?
Yeah, thin A-pillars, which doesn't really impress me either. I mean, out of the 10, these are the first one, the second one don't impress me.
All right, so thin A-pillars.
I mean, do you like the A-pillars? I mean,
all right.
I don't know.
I think what the article is trying to say is like nowadays, and look, Ted, you have a TT. You have the thickest A-pillars I've ever seen on the planet with a TT. All right, but. I mean, the old cars had thinner A-pillars. The A-pillars are the pillars next to the windshield. They're the first pillars on the car going up to the roof. And, they're a lot thicker now, I suppose for safety reasons. The car basically nowadays, the crash standards are so much higher than they used to be. I don't know. I mean, what do you think, Alex?
Me personally, back then they did the whole, back then they wanted that nice, wide, open front windshield.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The windshield was bigger. It was wider.
They always wanted. Now, if you look at all the cars now, they got little tiny windows. You know what I mean? It's not like it's they just changed them up. But me personally, it's not a big change.
All right, it's not a deal breaker for you. Okay.
No, it's definitely not a deal breaker. It's pretty good
I don't really
though.
care for it.
Ted, what's the third one?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Manual
gearboxes.
That irritates me so much.
So
that really grinds my gears. Let me tell you.
Okay, Peter Griffin. Did you see the real life Peter Griffin? Did I send you that video with the guy?
Oh yeah. That guy was the best.
Did you see him
I
before?
want to meet him.
No,
I sent you the video.
Comic-Con so I can meet him.
I don't know. I didn't.
Oh, come on.
There's this guy that actually he walked around at the New York Comic-Con last year as Peter Griffin. He weighs about 350 pounds. This guy.
Uh-huh.
You got to show him.
I think you saw his video, and he has the white shirt and the green pants and the glasses, and he calls himself
Looks
the real.
exactly like
he
him.
looks and sounds just like Peter Griffin.
It talks. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he now does videos that says, what grinds my gears? He does.
He's hilarious.
But getting back to manual gearboxes, they are disappearing. It is hard to get your hands on a car nowadays without almost special ordering it that has a manual or a stick shift gearbox. In fact, Porsche announced, but they keep going back and forth with this, that they're going to stop making manuals on their 911s, and then they say there are, then they say they
yeah,
aren't.
and then all of a sudden they come out of the box, there's going to be manual,
Right.
and then it's like,
They're trying to push everybody into the PDK or the dual clutch or DSG, whatever you want to call it.
But they don't have problems, though, Craig. I told you, those PDKs do not have problems. They're running great.
Not for the money
you
that
can
you
launch
pay
control.
for.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's what you pay for.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But still, I mean, they run great. The better time, it's quicker than a manual, but it takes the fun out of the car. That's the problem.
Exactly.
That's what irritates me the most. If you're a real man, you drive manual. That's it, plain and simple. You don't get no PDK. It just irritates me. You got to be able, when you drive a car, you got to feel the car all around. You got to be able to shift the car the way it should be shifted. That irritates me, this PDK.
Yeah, well,
and I can't believe Lamborghini and Ferrari, all of them did it.
To me, basically, the car loses its performance. You know what I mean?
Well, they're
you
saying...
You want to make it the way you want to make it. You want to drive that car to feel
But that's the problem. But that's the problem. Actually, the performance is 10 times better, though.
The DSGs, the dual clutch gearboxes or PDKs, there's multiple names for them. They're computer-controlled, dual clutch automatics that can shift in milliseconds, faster than even the fastest driver ever can. That's why they're saying, well, why put a manual in? Because this computer can shift faster than a human ever could.
And they're not breaking down, and they're not burning clutches.
Well, the cheaper ones are. I had a problem with my Volkswagen
no,
DSG.
I'm talking about the high end.
No, the high end
like,
ones.
like
you're
this,
right. They're
like Porsche. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but still,
like Porsche,
you're losing it.
Yeah, I think it's more of an emotional thing. It's more of a physical
it is
connection.
more of an emotional thing, and not only that, you do control the car more.
Yes.
With the manual
There's
shift.
nothing
Alex
like
is
doing
saying.
a nice heel toe or rev matching downshift.
Oh, hell
There's
yeah.
nothing like getting that when you
Guys, Days of Thunder, dropping the hammer. I mean, you can't do that anymore. Come on.
Cold trickle.
I'm dropping the hammer. Cold trickle. You kidding me?
All right, number 4 on the list, T-tops.
Oh, that's hideous looking.
Come on, you
Oh, no, come on, man. I love T-tops.
Wait. I'm not talking about
I don't know what car is this in the picture. This is a bad example.
That's the MR2. That's the MR2.
MR2.
It doesn't
All
matter.
right,
Okay,
that's a bad example.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're talking about T-tops. Forget about the MR2.
I could dig. I dig the T-tops, but just the example they put is just hideous.
All right, fine. But the MR2 looks better with T-tops than if it didn't.
Bro,
Kit has T-tops. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
this thing right here, it's a dud. This thing is a dud.
So, number 5. Moving on. I like T-tops. End of story.
No, it's the story's about the T-tops. I mean, just the example they gave the car they used for the example.
Yeah, the MR2 is a bad picture. All right. Back in the day, they had what? The 350Zs used to have them. All the Z cars had them.
Your Firehawk had it.
Yeah, all the Trans Ams, the Camaros. What else had T-tops? There was
You always was the bomb if you had T-tops.
because it gives you the best of both worlds.
Hell yeah.
You could take the T. Ted, you love driving that Firehawk with T-tops off. Come on.
Hell yeah. Did I say, am I disagreeing
No,
with you? I'm sorry.
no.
Come on.
No.
The Pagani Zonda has T-tops too.
So why did they get rid of T-tops? I mean, is it all about spiders now? Is that why? I mean, is just like the T-tops are out of style? They're not cool anymore, and it's all about.
I guess because they'll leak after a while.
They do have problems with leaking. That's true, but listen, convertible roofs leak too. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, but not as much as T-tops.
Yeah, the
always
weather
leak.
seals do go on them eventually.
Right.
But if you look at it, it's just like sunroofs, man. For a while, nobody wanted to be bothered with a sunroof. Then they came back out.
I really don't care about sunroofs. To be
Then
honest with you guys.
T-tops.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I'm assuming sooner or later somebody's gonna start putting T-tops back out. It's just like.
Are there any cars right now that actually even have T-tops for sale?
No.
I don't.
No, there's none.
There's not even one that I can think of right now.
No, hold on a second. The guys, the new Stingray Vet, it could come off. That's an option.
But isn't it a Targa? But that's a Targa, no,
It's a
isn't
Targa
it?
top, ain't it?
That's not a T-roof.
Yeah, it's glass.
It's glass.
Yeah.
It's a Targa roof, which means
Yeah.
the whole middle section comes out. There's no connector bar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost the same thing, but the T-top just has a cool look to it.
Yeah,
You know?
you get that nice little center bar up top. I think one of these days it'll come back. I mean, it's just like anything else.
So
Everything
basically,
comes back.
my kit car has all these things that they're missing now. I got the pop-up headlights. I've got thin A-pillars. I don't have a manual transmission. I have T-tops. All right, so I'm living the 80s in my old car. That's right. I'm liking it. Number 5, simple, uncluttered interiors. Yeah, I mean, interiors have gotten a little crazy nowadays. I mean, if you go in some of these cars now,
It's a spaceship.
Yeah.
It's number 6, actual car keys.
Actual car keys. I hate push-button starts.
Me too.
I hate them.
Yeah, there's
no.
definitely not-
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes
I mean,
and no.
it's a definite.
I love the whole thing about like I don't have to like take out my keys and just. This
But
is my
hold
pocket,
on.
just
There's
grab on the door.
there's something again emotional about putting that key in the ignition.
Yeah.
There's some. You're actually connected to the car and you're turning it on. It's like you miss that when you don't have it. You know.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel that a little bit.
Yeah. It's just you got to put your foot on the brake like an idiot and then hit the push button start. It's like come on, you know.
Yeah.
It does feel good though, the push start button. I'm telling you right now.
So you like it? You're saying?
I like it, but I'm not gonna like it when I get stuck. I know that for a fact.
Exactly.
You know, at least if you have a key, you can like hotwire it or something. You know what I'm saying? Like slam a freaking screwdriver in there to turn the goddamn ignition
The old
switch. You know?
flathead can't never let you down.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna be pissed when one day that's not working.
What's number 7?
Number 7
Being able
is
to fix our own car.
Right.
So Ted, you're a
Yeah.
mechanic.
Yeah, I ain't touching no new cars anymore.
So explain.
They're so complicated. You need the software, dude. It's all computers right now. You have to be able to put it through a computer and find out exactly what the problem is. Today's world, it's not like let's see. You have no heat. Oh, let me see why. You used to get a thermostat, whatever. Now it's like it's a little bit more complicated.
And you got to tear apart half the engine just to
especially
get
on
to it.
Mercedes. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. They put this whole huge cover on there to make it look like a spaceship, and it's nothing really. When you take off that whole cover, it's like, what the hell is going on over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
It's crazy. I mean, even you remember the RS7 that we saw at the Waterfest?
Yeah. Sure.
At APR.
Yes, they had
you
one on
pop
display.
open that. Yeah, all right. You pop open that hood. You're like, where the hell do you start?
It has a beautiful
Seriously.
plastic engine cover, so you can't see anything underneath.
All right, but besides
Yeah.
that, when you take off that engine cover, the plastic engine cover, you can't stick your pinky into any. There's no space for
You
that.
can't even get a wrench in there. Yeah.
Listen, Ted.
Yeah.
I get this all the time. I get this
telling you,
all
man.
the time from Craig. Alex, you got 14-year-old cars. You got this. You got that. I'd rather deal with a 14-year-old car
I don't blame you,
than
man.
dealing with all the crap that they come with now. I mean, yes, they're getting better. They're reliable more. You know what I mean? It's not like my car's old. Okay, yeah, it's old. But I mean, dealing with all these crazy electronics and all this other stuff, I'm not into it. I don't want to get into all that.
I respect the decision, but at the same time, like, all right, think of it this way: if you do have the money, if you got bankroll, fine. You know what I'm saying? You can have these new cars. You can take it to the dealership. The dealership, oh, listen, your car is gonna cost $6,000. All right, fine, no problem. Just do it. You know?
Yeah.
But for someone that doesn't have that type of bankroll and has to deal with it, and I always wanted to have a Mercedes, and ends up buying a used Mercedes, and now it's costing them freaking a fortune to fix the goddamn Mercedes.
Yeah.
You know?
And you can't, it's really for the home mechanic too. They really, you can't even. All right, so if I just bought myself a 2010 whatever Mercedes-Benz or even not even Mercedes-Benz, let's talk about even a Chevy or something like that nowadays. You need a computer to be able to diagnose the car before you even do anything.
Absolutely.
You can't just go in there and fix what you think is wrong because you don't know. There's so many sensors now.
You could, but minor things. Like you said, you could, but minor things. But most of it, whenever the check engine light's on, it's definitely a sensor.
It's a sensor.
Oh, it's
9
always a
times out of
sensor.
10. Yeah, and how do you know which one? Like, there could be 5 O2 sensors, 6 O2 sensors on a car. There could be EGT sensors. There could be
Coils. Which coil?
Right. I mean,
if it's a V6, so is it 1? Is it 3? Is it 4?
you don't even know where to
it's
begin.
ridiculous.
You need a computer to diagnose the car, and then you start from there.
That's it. Like we found, like we did Craig's car. He had a
On the Jetta.
2 sensor.
Yeah.
On the Jetta, and he has 3.
I have 3. I didn't know I had 3. I have 3. 1 in the front and 2 in the back. I thought I had 2.
Oh, God,
I passed inspection
man.
today, though. It's good news.
Congratulations,
Thank
buddy.
you. I feel good.
But what?
Well, on the.
Let's rewind.
All right.
Let's rewind this
All
back
right,
a
let's
little
rewind
bit.
it back. Okay. Alex and I changed the O2 sensor, the offending one, the one that was broken. So I'm clear. I have no check engine light. I drive down to the inspection facility today. I'm sweating bullets as he's pulling the car through. And by the way, they pull the car backwards and forwards to look and see if you have a catalytic converter. There's a camera in the floor.
Yes.
So he pulled it up, then he pulled it back, he pulled it up, pulled it back.
Goddamn country's going out.
Okay.
And this is ridiculous.
it
man. Come
gets
on.
better.
Yeah, seriously, they're going to be taking your blood soon, too.
So, and I'm still sweating bullets. I'm just trying to play it cool. And he plugs the what do you call it? The OBD port into the car and looks at
OBD2,
that.
yeah.
And actually, he passes the car. So I'm just, okay. Just pull out of there, real chill. I was real happy. I'm like, all right, I finally fixed this car. It's great. No O2 sensor problems. On the Garden State Parkway on the way home, the check engine light came on. And you can't pass inspection with a check engine light. So I just made it. So I have 2 years to fix that problem.
These freaking cars, these Did you send me a video of a Bugatti doing like, I don't know how fast? On
205, brother. 205.
Yeah, 205 with the check engine light on.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put a link to that
man.
on the website, okay?
Seriously.
This Bugatti Veyron, which essentially is a Volkswagen underneath, okay?
It was on the Autobahn,
It was on the
correct?
Autobahn
Yes.
doing 200 and plus miles per hour. It is the fastest street car on the planet.
Oh, I don't know about that. I thought the Hennessy was.
As far as top speed?
Yes, the Hennessy, I think, did 267.
All right, well, it's close to the top then, if not the top. All right, 'cause I thought the Grand
Right.
Vitesse is the best. But either way, it doesn't make a difference. And as he's driving, it looks. He gives you an exterior shot. He gives you an interior shot. He points the camera at his tach and speedometer, and you see the stupid little Volkswagen check engine light was on. It's the same one.
What do you expect? What do you expect? It's a Volkswagen.
It's the same one I have in my Jetta.
So basically, he paid
$1 million plus.
$1 million plus for the
have a
same
Jetta.
exact
To have a Jetta.
check engine light.
Yeah.
That was pretty pathetic. That was pretty pathetic.
At least put it in gold or something, you know, like
Right, like
for that check
not
engine
use
light.
the same one that is in a VW Jetta. It's like, you know,
Oh
yeah.
man, that's so ridiculous.
All right, number 8 on the list
Spare
here.
parts.
Yeah, spare parts bin. That's right.
it.
Number 8 is lightweight cars. Cars have gotten fat. We have to admit that. They've gotten real chunky over the years.
Well, because for safety, that's why.
it's
Hold on, wait a minute.
yeah.
No. We're going to take it back to the bucket of chicken, brother.
Okay.
Listen, cars are getting wide because Americans are getting wide.
All right. So you're saying these cars are getting fat because Americans are fat.
Exactly.
Okay.
To the T.
I'm not going to argue with that, but there is safety involved too. To these
Well,
bigger-
there's a few
Right,
safety
right,
issues.
right.
But if you look at
few?
every
A
American
few?
car, but if you look at every American car,
Yeah.
you'll find a big gulp or big soda
All right.
in every American's car.
Fords are the best at this. They have these huge cup holders in the middle now. All right, you could put. I think it's designed for the 60-ounce big gulp.
They have
right?
like 12 cup holders in the front.
And they had
seriously.
actually in some of the Fords too. The lights change, like in the cabin, they go blue to green to red. You can change. They're illuminated, the cup holders, so you can change the light.
Hold on, they got
Yeah.
how many cup holders?
Some cars
No,
have.
I was just kidding.
they have
I
a
was saying
lot.
12.
They have a lot.
I was over exaggerating.
I mean, it's
Now,
Well, they have two on the handrest
In the
right?
middle, the
like
console.
on the trunks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then they have two on the bottom of there. You know,
At the
right
door panel.
depends on the
the
car.
radio, right?
Depends on the car. Yeah.
usually something on the
Well,
door
I'm talking
panel.
about the Ford. I'm talking about the Ford right now. So.
Yeah.
I know door panels. They usually have like a little 2 cup.
That's true. In the panel, they have the ones built in there as well.
I missed. Remember I had a '98 ML 320. The cup holders were right by the left of the steering wheel at the where the vent was for the AC.
Okay.
All the way left.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah,
just
when you-
press
right.
it and they'll just pop it down and you just put it right there. It was awesome. I love
Didn't
that.
they change that and made it into a change holder after a while?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know.
Because it used
I
to
don't
be
know.
right
I'm
there
not
by the
gonna lie.
window.
Yeah,
right next
by
to the steering
yeah,
wheel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Number 9, attractive steering wheels.
I've seen some attractive steering wheels right now, though. What are you talking about?
I
don't
guess
know.
what they're referring to, or what this person who wrote the article, is that there's no buttons and airbags. I mean, right now the steering wheels are so chunky now. There's so much going on the steering wheel now. Like old cars didn't have that. They were just simple.
All right, hold on a second. You went inside the brand new 2014 at the auction, the 2014 SL, correct?
I sure did.
Okay, you had the AMG package,
Yes,
correct?
it did.
How good did that steering wheel feel?
Like $1 million.
And it didn't have too much on it,
No.
correct?
No.
It was just straight steering wheel, like racing,
Well,
ready to go.
if you want to get it technical, it had the flat bottom, I think, on it, and it had the grips at 10 and 2. Yeah, it had
Right.
like those chunky grips at 10 and 2, and it had a little bit of a
Yes.
flat bottom, so you can get our big fat American asses into the car easily.
Hey, see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking
That's why
about?
the flat bottom steering wheel is there. It's not for like F1. It's so we can get our
No.
big thighs.
It's for that extra little belly roll that goes underneath there.
And you said you said a bucket of chicken, right?
That's a bucket of chicken. A bucket of chicken, and then they talk about give me a diet soda.
Diet soda, but make it a 60-ounce so it can fit in my cup holder.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
So it doesn't shake around. You know, it's got to be the 60 ounce.
All right. I hate. All right. You know that VW again. Talking about them for a minute. The new Jetta they released in 2011. Was it the new one or 2010? 2011 it came out. They actually made the width between the brake pedal and the steering. And the gas pedal wider.
No.
Yes.
Can we go back to this again?
Yes.
More fat people?
Well, but they admitted that. That's what I'm trying to say. They said that Americans aren't used to the brake and the gas pedal being so close to each other. I guess because what they're trying to say is our feet are big and wide, so they had to actually space out the brake and the gas pedal so it could fit us better.
That's a damn shame.
It's amazing though, isn't it? I mean,
It's a shame that that's where we're going.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
That's the way we're going. And then, if you look at it, and then you turn around, and then they say, okay, well, we're going to make cars that can drive on their own. So you're just going to make everybody else even fatter.
Yeah, exactly, because you can have a bucket of chicken in the car as you're driving home.
Exactly.
And you can be eating, bro.
Exactly.
Come on.
You get the crumbs on your chest and
And just brush them off. You brush them off.
And you just get out.
Perfect. I'm sold. I'm there.
All right, I did like the Range Rover though. I did sit in the Range Rover, and I'm kind of in love.
Yeah, you fell asleep in two cars.
Yeah.
I saw you
All right,
fall
well,
asleep
which
in
one's
the Range
yeah.
Rover, and I saw you fall asleep in the Maybach.
I did like the Maybach.
What?
Yeah. There was a full.
Ew,
there was a
that
full
was-
size Maybach. Like it was maybe about 4 or 5 year old one, but it was the full
The Maybach-
banana. It was the full.
the Maybach 62.
Like there's
That's what it
there's like
was.
feet between the back seat and the front seat. You
So
can
is
actually
it-
stretch out.
It was almost like an XL.
It's basically like a limo almost.
Yeah,
It was a limo,
like a stretch.
and it was like a private jet in there, man. I mean, it was just incredible. I did fall in love with that car. But
Yeah, you can easily have an orgy in the back over there.
yeah, easily.
They had the recliner seats on there, right?
It's all leather.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. You can recline the back
Everything,
seats.
everything.
It had like a
The
skylight.
ceiling was the best, though. Yeah, it wasn't no sunroof. It was cool. That thing was considered a skylight, like Craig
Yeah.
said. That thing was amazing.
It was beautiful. But the Range Rover, getting into a car you can actually drive every day. I was impressed by the way that felt. I mean, it really just looked. I don't know. I'm liking it a lot. That's all I'm going to say.
Range Rover has a bad rep, brother.
Well, they're getting a little bit better, right?
Oh,
I mean,
no, they do. Listen. Alex is right. They do have a bad rep, but when it comes to quality, meaning comfort-wise and interior, how it looks,
Beautiful.
They're
It's a beautiful automobile.
But when it comes to mechanical,
It's garbage.
run.
You
got to
run,
run,
Luke.
You know?
Run.
Luke.
I was watching one. I was listening to a couple of guys. Matter of fact, one guy has one, and 2 days after he bought it, he bought a 2013. 2 days after he bought it, transmission fell out of it.
Oh wow, that's not good.
No, transmission fell clean out of it.
How many miles did he have on the car, though?
Brand new.
Wow.
He bought it in 2013, brand new.
Yeah.
And the transmission had
And
a
the transmission fell out of it, bro.
So obviously they replaced. I mean, it's it's in the
it was
warranty.
under warranty
Yeah,
and
okay,
all that.
right,
but
right.
you know,
All right, that's probably one. I mean, I've heard of Aston Martin's DB9s going down, or I think it was a Vantage. It was definitely manual shift, and he went down like 2 miles, and the clutch just gave out.
I mean, it happens.
It happens.
I'm not gonna say it doesn't.
But it happens a lot on Range
Range
Rovers.
Rover, yes, Range Rovers have a bad history.
Yeah.
And
No, I
the
agree.
last one on this list is a full-sized spare wheel. You could have
Agreed.
used one yesterday, couldn't you, Alex?
Yeah, agree.
Alex, what happened? You hit a New Jersey-sized pothole? What happened over there?
Listen, I hit a crater coming off of Route 9 onto 18. Bro,
I know that one, too.
I came, it hit me so hard, it broke my navigation.
Off the, what, it stuck to your window?
I was stuck to the window. My little navy snapped right off the thing, and I blew a tire.
Now, let's get back to New Jersey roads. Now, you've had a rough couple of years with these New Jersey roads. You've been through how many oil pans? You lost a wheel, didn't you?
Yes, I lost a wheel.
You
what was it? I went through 3 oil pans in a month.
Right, 3 oil pans in a month.
And
Because Alex likes to ride a little bit low. He's you're a little low rider.
yes,
Yeah.
And what else? Yeah, I had quite a few mishaps with New Jersey roads.
I can just hear my father now. Alex, I told you.
Yes,
You shouldn't be riding this low. You should ride a lot higher.
that's it. Pick up the car.
Pick it up.
But yeah, I definitely yesterday. What was it? Yesterday, I definitely got hit hard. But what the killer was, I had 4 wheels in my car.
Not to fit your car. You
Not
were
to fit my car.
transporting. You were transporting 4
So
wheels.
it was like a slap in the face. Like you got 4 tires in your car, and you still stuck.
Yep. Well, that's what happens, man. So, yeah, a lot of cars don't have spares anymore. I mean, some have donuts, but a lot of them, they give you like a can of goop and say, here, have fun.
Yeah,
and
That's what I have in my Honda.
you get a can of goop, right? They don't even give you...
Yeah, I have the can of goop. It's ridiculous.
Did you have a spare in your TT?
No, it's not the King group.
Yeah,
and it's not even there.
Yeah,
It's
you
been
fell in the
used.
same boat
It was-
I fell in.
Yeah, and it's been used, so I don't even have anything. So if I get stuck, I'm stuck. That's it.
Tow
done.
truck time.
Man,
Yeah, whatever. I'll just leave the car there. I just burn it.
Wow. So getting back to that auction that Teddy and I went to, it was a Highline auction. It was designed for really just higher end cars that went through here. Ted fell in love. What was it? That BMW? That
No, I love that i8 was beautiful.
So we saw this car, I guess on television, on reviews. We saw it in magazines, but seeing it up close,
it's totally different.
Yeah.
Up close, it makes the car looks 10 times much better than it does on TV.
it's all carbon. That carbon fiber was pretty impressive.
The carbon fiber, I mean, come on. I mean, the guy opened the door, and you just saw full carbon fiber all
The whole
over.
car is basically
Detailed,
crafted.
the whole car.
It's actually, I read up on it, Ted. It's actually, they call it like a plastic carbon fiber mix. So it's not straight carbon
It's not
fiber.
full.
It's like carbon fiber mixed with some kind of like polymer that.
Yeah, because honestly, if that was full carbon fiber, you know how much more it would
Yeah, I
cost?
see what you're saying. It's not solid carbon fiber. It's like it's got plastic and then carbon fiber and then plastic. And,
I think the LaFerrari is like full carbon fiber.
But they were saying though, if you puncture that, the car's totaled. There's no way to fix that. You can't bang it out, bend it out. You can't weld it.
No, that's it. No, that's not an everyday car. It's not an everyday car.
Yeah.
You know, that's a car you just wanted to go show off or like pick up some checks.
The owner kept eyeballing
That's
me.
it.
I kept looking at the car, and he kept giving me the evil eye.
Because you know what? Because the problem with you just touch everything. It's, oh, look at this. You're like pushing on the knob. It's like you're punching the knob. It's not even pushing.
Hey, listen,
you're
man,
like punching the knob. You're touching
he
it.
wants to make sure it functions properly.
Exactly.
Yeah, honestly, Alex, does he ever? When he gets in the car, he touches everything.
Listen, bro.
He presses buttons start falling off. It's like, oops, it's like, starts to put it back. It's like, come on.
I have a lot of respect for Craig. Craig likes to check out. He wants to make sure. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure this works good.
Yeah.
You know,
All right.
but
what you just did, he did the same thing to my freaking S10
you never
Blazer.
forgave me for that.
And he's
You never
I
forgave
would never
me for
forget
that.
this. Like, oh my god, I love this truck. It's like a rock. It's like he's pounding it. It's like a rock.
that's it, bro.
The next freaking day, man, the car was rattling like no other. I'm like, what the hell am I hearing? I'm driving to school. I'm like, what is this?
The dashboard did not have a rattle until I touched it. Right?
Everything, exactly.
Oh,
everything was rattling.
man, I mean,
And I had a cassette cassette tape
and
player.
that didn't work.
That thing was even rattling inside there too.
Sorry, Teddy.
It was
You
ridiculous.
never forgave me for that, did you?
You're a freaking jinx, man. Let me
Listen,
tell you, man. You destroyed my freaking car.
He definitely likes to make sure things is working properly, and he likes to make sure things are tight.
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously.
tight.
It's got to be, man. Tight is tight. That's it. I don't like things loose.
That's why I love this German cars.
Yeah, that's it. Oh,
I
man.
respect that.
So we got some good news, Teddy. Since we've been kind of like talking about GM cars the last few episodes, specifically, we talked about the Chevy Trax, which you didn't want to talk about, and some other cars. We've been in contact with GM, and we're going to be getting some test vehicles from them starting very soon. So awesome. The first car I requested for you, Teddy, is the Chevy Trax, just so you know.
Why would you do that? Why would you?
I'm just kidding, by the way. No, actually, yeah, we're gonna get some of the demos. So we're gonna do a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna do a little more in depth because they feel like, and I was talking to a friend of mine who knows one of the reps over at GM, and we need to give them a fair shake. So we're gonna actually spend some time on these cars and put them through their paces. Yes, I'm gonna punch and touch every button I possibly can. Okay, in these cars. But we're gonna give them a fair shake. So stay tuned over the next several weeks. We're gonna start doing some more in-depth reviews on some GM. That would include Buick, GMC trucks, Chevrolet, of course. I guess in GMC, I said that already, and Cadillac as well. So anything GM. Look forward to that. All right. We talked about on the web videos a little bit of the F015 concept car, which is the Mercedes. I'll put that up. The car that drove itself. But talking about TV and ads and things, have you guys seen those Lincoln ads with Matthew McConaughey?
Oh my God!
I'm gonna play one real quick for you here.
Go ahead. Go play it.
I've been driving a Lincoln since long before anybody paid me to drive one. I didn't do it to be cool.
I can't take it serious.
I just liked it.
And that's it. That's the whole.
Yeah. After Matthew McConaughey did the movie Lincoln Lawyer, all of a sudden he loves Lincoln.
Right.
huh?
Exactly. Yeah. And there's a couple more of them too.
You see, the thing is, no.
Yeah.
You got to give a heads up to Jim Carrey because after seeing Jim Carrey make fun of them on Saturday Night Live, I cannot take that commercial.
Well, hold on.
seriously
I actually
anymore.
have that right here. Hang on one second. I think this is it. Wait, it's coming up right here. Here we go. This is Saturday Night Live.
Sometimes you gotta go back to actually move forward. I don't mean go back and reminisce or chase ghosts. I mean, take a big step back. Like go from winning an Oscar to doing a car commercial. My agent was like, I could understand if you did this right after the Lincoln Lawyer. That would make sense. But you don't buy a Lincoln because it makes sense. You do it because you love it. Or because you're an Uber driver. I feel safe in here to drive around all night long.
All night long.
Contemplating the important questions of life. Who am I? Why am I here? When I'm done rolling up this booger, should I? Feels good. Like a tiny little tennis ball. Hi there, little fella. Ain't you a vision?
That was the first one, and there's another one too at the end here. Hang on. Listen to him. Lincoln. So,
That's funny, man.
yeah, that was Jim Carrey. And first of all, what do you think about those commercials from McConaughey? I mean,
It doesn't do anything for me though. Seriously,
all right.
it doesn't.
So,
It would make me.
it doesn't make me want to buy a Lincoln. I'll tell you that right now.
Definitely right.
all right. So, Ted, if you went to your wife tomorrow and said, "Honey, I bought you a new car," she'll say, "Great. What'd you get me?" "I got you a Lincoln MKS." What would you say?
Huh? What is that? What is that? That's what.
Alex, what about you?
It would have just never happened. I mean, it's
You wouldn't buy one, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. But here's the deal. I mean,
No, it is. No.
Yeah.
Seriously, she would say. She'll honestly be like, "It's like, what am I? Like 73?"
and that's the problem. That's what I'm getting at, because
But listen. I'm not gonna lie. They are looking better.
they're looking
right?
amazing. They look
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
I mean, come
they
on.
are looking better. I mean, that the hybrid one, the MKS. I'm not even sure which one it is, or MKZ. I think it is.
Right.
It looks beautiful. I mean, I'm on the HOV lane. I see that car in the HOV lane. I'm like, wow, that looks nice. They're looking nice, but the thing is, they're not doing the right thing to approach young people. That's why I
check
think.
this out, Teddy. I work with this guy. He's 71 years old, right? He drives a Cadillac. He's having a little bit of issues with his caddy. He's like, oh, okay, it's got 109 on the clock. I'm ready.
What kind of caddy?
It's not an STS. What is it? It's I guess it's like a top model one. I'm not 100% sure because I don't keep track of Cadillacs. But
Probably the XTS or something.
yes,
Like that.
Yeah,
and
the big one, right?
Now he's like, first thing came out his mouth. Alex, what do you think about a Lincoln?
Yeah,
I'm like,
you see,
dude. I'm like, why would you want a Lincoln? Why? It's.
Let me get.
I'm like, then I turn back around and I'm like, you're 71 years old. Now I know why you want a Lincoln.
But why do
Yeah.
they have that stigma? It's because all these years they sold so many town cars to so many old
Yeah, but-
people. Is that
but
why?
you know-
And now
but
that
you know what the
what is
problem
it?
is though. There's a problem. Lincolns and caddies for these old people do not drive like Lincolns and
the
caddies.
new ones, the new
anymore.
ones don't. Now,
You know, yeah,
okay.
Because I have people that drove Cadillacs. I know there's one guy, one of my customers, great guy, love him to death. His name's James. All he does is drive Cadillacs. He bought the newest Cadillac. He's like, this is not a Cadillac. It's like, I don't even want this car anymore. He was so used to like the old school Cadillacs. Then he got the STS. You know, like I don't know. I think it was the '90s.
Right.
Great North Star engine, the 4.6.
That was a great car. That was a great car.
Yeah, great.
Right.
You know, had power, lots of power.
Yeah.
And now he went to this like new one, and it's like, what the hell? It's like I can't believe this car. It's like this is Cadillac. They're not impressed anymore. And even Lincoln's not as smooth as it
I
used
think we
to
should
be.
lump Buick into the same category because Buicks used to be again Buicks and Lincolns.
Yeah, but Buicks
all right, hold on.
to me, they still drive nice.
But they're more
They are
European now
smoother.
than they ever were. They're basically Opel now. In a lot of cases, they're directly imported from Germany. A lot of these cars now.
No, or just Opel is General Motors.
General
so.
Motors in Germany that has a line called Opel, and that's what
Yeah,
and basically
which is GM,
right?
though.
And they're bringing it. And they used to do it with Saturn too. A couple of the Saturns used to be Opels. Now that Saturn
but
is
you can't-
gone, they're bringing the Opals in as Buicks.
Yeah, but the only Buick that really is German, it was that Regal with the S.
There's a couple of that, and the new convertible they're coming out with. I mean, there's a lot of them they're bringing.
Yeah,
right.
the little cars that actually they're skinny people compared to the fat people over here, like Alex was saying. But it's like people over here like want the Buick LaCrosses, you know.
So I guess the question is, no, you're absolutely right. The question is Lincoln? Can you save that name? I mean, can they come back from being an old person's car?
I don't know.
No,
See,
they can't.
They can't.
I don't think
it's
so.
going to fall into the same category as the Grand Marquis.
You know what it is, though, too? Why pay that much money for Lincoln if the Ford does the same job?
All right, so then I guess because I'm liking what Lincoln is basically putting out there.
It looks nice,
So should
but
they,
you know how much more money you're paying for it, though?
But hold on, should they maybe make a new nameplate then? All right, like Toyota has Lexus, they have Scion. Should maybe Ford ditch Lincoln or rename it something else?
No, I think they should just try a different approach. I think they should just try... Not having Matthew McConaughey rolling up a booger. I think he tries out
and checking the mirrors every 2 seconds, right?
Yeah, and like talking to himself, you know. I mean,
he does. Do you really think he drove a Lincoln before the commercial? Come on, do you believe that?
No, absolutely not. He's having some type of Porsche, bro.
Yeah, he's
cut the crap.
I would love
seriously.
to verify
He's
that.
rocking a Porsche with the top down in freaking LA with his Brazilian wife.
Exactly.
That's come on. That's bull.
Yeah, that's his ride more.
But, yeah, are you kidding me? But at the same time, like, have the car drive. You want to get to the youngsters? Have a car drive crazy, like it's a movie, like a James Bond movie, or something like that. Make it look crazy. Get the best lines on the car. Not
You're
just
saying the new
driving
MKS
damn
doesn't
straight.
look? I mean, it looks amazing. It looks nothing like a town
Yeah,
car. I mean, it looks.
but have a nice shot though. Have it make it like going fast.
All right.
That's what kids want.
So what you're saying is
take
all
a
right.
turn. You know, make it drift. Do
The
something.
commercial's not. That commercial that they're using is definitely not going to attract the younger crowd.
Okay.
It's definitely not.
Thank you.
You know, it's
Exactly.
trying to get the millennials. It's not going to work, is what you're saying.
It's not.
Okay.
See,
and you know what? And older people are not.
They're still.
That's
they're
not
still
where the
trying
market
to.
is.
They're still trying to marketing. They're trying to market for people that are older still.
Okay.
It's. I mean, come on, dude. That era's going.
Right.
That era's fading. It's fading
Yeah,
away.
it is. You're right. So I think I hear what Teddy's saying though too. You want Lincoln to become what Jaguar has become.
Oh,
Yeah.
please. I
Thank
wish.
you very
All right.
much.
wish.
I God bless your brain.
Okay.
Exactly what I'm trying to think.
I get it because
Jaguar was what? What was Jaguar?
first was
before?
owned by Ford, and then now they got sold to Tata.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about.
But hold on.
I'm just talking about
But
Jaguar.
now they're more performance oriented than ever.
Yes. Now you see youngsters. I know people my age are buying Jaguars. I'm not talking about the 2-door, the R-Type, whatever,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
K-Type
just-
it is. I'm talking about like the XJ,
Right,
the big
big
boys.
ones,
You know, just, instead of getting like an S-Class, they're buying a Jaguar.
Basically-
and it
But
looks
the
dope.
performance is
up.
there. This performance is there now. They have some credibility now.
They
Yes,
stepped it up.
yes.
Right. They stepped their game
Yes,
up.
absolutely.
So you're saying if Lincoln became like Jaguar, became a
But hold on a second.
performance.
But if you think about it, hold on a second. Do you remember what kind of commercial they made though? When they had that Laguna Seca blue type of Jaguar that was souped up. You saw the commercial. They're racing in the freaking factory
I think I
drifting. And
I think I
stuff.
remember that one,
They
yeah.
made it look more performance, more like growl. They put like a growling sound from a Jaguar in
yeah.
it. You
But
see
the Jaguar commercial I remember is the bad guys from the movies, like Ben Kingsley was in it. He goes, "Why do all the baddies drive Jaguars or
Oh,
something?"
yeah,
Remember that?
yeah, yeah.
Jaguars.
Yeah. But that was dope.
That was pretty
You know,
cool.
That was cool. That was a cool commercial.
Yeah, they're attracting
You know?
the younger crowd.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
They try to move it up.
That's what they should do. That's what they should do.
All right. So Lincoln, if you're listening, you've just gotten some real straight talk from us. We want you to survive, but you're gonna have to maybe ditch McConaughey and start putting some performance in your cars.
Yeah, let him go roll boogers in his eye.
Nothing against nothing against Matthew McConaughey. We love him, but
But the thing is, the commercials are always on. You can't get away from them. You know what I mean? It's like they have them. They're putting them right in front of our faces.
Yeah, but it's a dull commercial.
Right.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about this dude driving around in a Lincoln.
And now that James Carey did, now it's a joke. Now I mean, it was a joke to begin with. Yeah.
It was a
it's
joke.
done. Now it's done. Now it's done. Now it's done.
Let's see how long them commercials last.
He
now.
goes, Lincoln. Lincoln. Oh, man. All right, there's a picture we're going to put up there on the Facebook page as well. Someone had an Audi. Doesn't matter what car it is. It just happened to be an Audi. They drove it for 84,000 miles without changing the oil. And they took this engine apart because essentially it wasn't running anymore. It is, I mean, what does this picture look like? It looks disgusting.
It actually looks like
It's like
somebody actually set it on fire.
No,
Yeah.
no. It looks like someone put caviar all over it.
a black beluga.
Yeah. You just want a caviar. I'm going to eat off my engine right now.
It's sludge. It's covered in sludge and just, folks, number one, use a good quality oil. Number two, change it as often as you can.
Change your oil.
5,000, 10,000, whatever it is. Just change your oil, okay?
Don't ever go 10,000. Don't ever. I don't care what dealership tells you go 10,000. Do not go 10,000.
I mean, but
7,000 to 8,000 tops. Do not go 10,000.
You know what's funny? The dealers are recommending 10,000, but I'll tell you why they are. Well, first of all, do you know why they are?
BMW's recommended 15,000.
You know why they're doing that though? You know why? Because here's why.
Go ahead.
The new deal with dealerships is now when they sell you a car, we give you 3 years of scheduled maintenance for free.
Yeah. So that way they don't have to waste money on oil. I know.
Right. So instead of seeing you every 5,000, they see you every 15 now, and they don't care.
They see you once a year.
Yeah, they definitely.
Because BMW has it set for 15,000 miles or for once a year. Once it's set on the computer for 365 days.
That's your scheduled maintenance.
That's disgusting, right, Alex?
That's horrible. That's just a disgrace. I mean, really, it's that serious that you just don't want to change these people's car. I mean, you go there to spend money to buy a car, and you want that quality treatment.
So Ted, you had some celebrity car news this week. Well, what do you have for us?
Well, we got Gordon Ramsay, Mr. Top Chef over here, picked up a Ferrari LaFerrari, which I think I would never expect him to be driving a LaFerrari. I'll tell you that right now. But it also says on the article, it looks like Lewis Hamilton isn't the only famous Brit running around with a new Ferrari LaFerrari, which that really grinds my gears. I'll tell you why.
Okay, Peter Griffin.
Okay, listen. I'll tell you why. Because how does a man drive for Mercedes-Benz, Formula One, all his life from a young age, and then ends up buying a Ferrari, their biggest competitor? That irritates me.
I told you he's got no class. I don't like Lewis Hamilton, and obviously he doesn't respect his employer. Okay, his employer.
I respect his driving, but I do not respect.
He is low class. Listen, his employer, who pays him millions and millions and millions of dollars to drive for them, which is Mercedes-Benz, by the way. I'm sure they didn't like him buying a LaFerrari. I'm sure that they did not like that happened. Okay.
Like, seriously, what's wrong with the Pagani Zonda that he ordered?
Which has a Mercedes engine.
LH,
right.
Which has a Mercedes engine, a V12 engine. What's wrong with that car? You had to buy a LaFerrari, seriously?
I mean, LaFerrari's an amazing car, V12. It's hybrid. It's a beautiful car. $1.2 million, whatever it costs, or 1.3.
Yeah, but I'll give it up for Gordon Ramsay for buying that car. Mad respects to Gordon Ramsay.
I like Gordon Ramsay. I love watching him. He's funny, man. He
cracks me up. I wish he could curse at me. I mean, I'll laugh. Seriously.
We're going to make a burger, yeah? Yeah?
I don't understand how these people don't laugh. Like, if you was cursing at me, I'd be cracking up the whole time. These people are like about to cry, you know?
Teddy, your food is
Yeah.
Yes, I know. You know, like, I wouldn't care.
And what does it say here in the caption? He said, "Holy mackerel, it's fast."
Yeah. Who the hell says that?
Holy mackerel, it's fast.
Yeah.
Who says
so,
that?
Gordon
man?
Ramsay, God bless you. Enjoy your LaFerrari. I believe it was a silver one, and
you deserve it. You
deserve it. You work hard. That's right.
That's it.
That's right. So, unfortunately, we've got some sad news. One of my favorite shows, BBC Top Gear, is finished. Jeremy Clarkson got fired for the incident that we talked about. Apparently,
that stupid son of a gun.
He
man.
really is.
Why? Why have to be so stupid?
I mean, they did an investigation, and it was a whole big thing. So, let's just play a little introduction here to Top Gear because I'm really going to miss them. We're going to say goodbye to Top Gear.
Tonight, I wear a hat. James wears a hat. And Richard is behind a low wall.
That's really disappointing.
Guys, it's over. It's done. There's no more of that anymore.
Yeah, because he wanted to be a smartass, you know?
So,
and punch a producer in the face.
Apparently what happened was...
For his meal.
He worked all day. One of his producers was supposed to feed him. They were in a hotel somewhere, and he wanted a hot steak or something. And the producer, the kitchen closed or something, and all they had was cold sandwiches. He yelled at this guy for a while, and then ended up punching him in the mouth or in the face, and they had to break it up. And the guy went to the hospital and this and other thing. And, Clarkson's been in trouble before, because of things he said and things of that nature. So the BBC did an investigation.
They finally gave it up.
They gave it up.
Let him go.
and that's it. So Clarkson, we have not seen the last of him. I mean, there was 1 million people, 1.2 million people online signed a petition to keep his job. That's huge around the world. What I also respect is the other two hosts of the show, Richard Hammond and James May, they refused, because the show asked them to come and record the last 2 episodes without Clarkson. They refused to come in without him.
I respect
that a lot.
Yeah, that's definitely, something.
That's OG.
Yeah, that's definitely OG. You don't want to turn your back on your boy after all these years of show.
They have a special chemistry together.
They do.
Man. I mean,
and did you see a video I sent you today of James May where they caught him outside his house?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And he said he said it's something. There's one thing in there. He said it was very. He said there's a very special relationship with bond with R3 that not everyone understands. What he would,
even though I hate him.
Well, no, he said. He said. I said. I think Jeremy's a knob, but I still love working with him, or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So really, class to those guys. We're gonna miss Top Gear so much. I mean, there is an American Top Gear. There's a German one. There's an Australian. But guys, I mean, did you know the American one's in season 5 right now already? Did you know that?
Yes.
They're in the 5th season. I have only watched a couple episods and I stopped watching.
It's horrible.
I watched one, the first one. That's it.
You
done.
just kept watching it, Alex.
I've watched maybe about maybe 5 episodes of it, and it just does nothing for me.
It's almost like it's contrived so much, right? Like there's no chemistry with the 3 guys there. And
no, they're stiff.
Yeah,
It's like a stiff crew. It's like you got no life. Like you're programmed to say what you want to. You have to say, and then that's it. The situation's just made up by the producers. Because you and I will sit down and watch Top Gear sometimes over at the shop. Yes.
And we're just laughing our butts off the whole time. The British one I'm talking about, not the American one. I mean, it's great.
It's awesome.
Well, they're trying to get they were trying to convince Chris Evans, but Chris Evans says no way.
Are you sure he said no? Are you sure he said no? Because I don't think he said no yet.
Chris Evans said no, but now they're going after Chris Harris.
Chris Harris said no. Evans is going to say yes.
They said
no.
No, they said Top Gear will try to convince British broadcaster and well-known gearhead Chris Evans to take over.
To take over what?
Top Gear.
To take over Top Gear.
It's not going to work.
Responding to rumors today, Evans said, not only is it not true, it's absolutely nonsense. If he stands by that, blah, blah. Anyway, then we strongly advise them to give Chris Harris a call. So they haven't even called Chris Harris yet.
I thought they did.
This was Chris Evans.
There's a lot of rumors going around. Either way,
either
way, Clarkson is not going to be on it. And for me, that I watched the show not for the cars necessarily, although I did watch it for the cars. The chemistry that those 3 guys had together was something magical. But
one thing that irritated me always though, Greg, he always made fun of what like Alex would say, fat Americans. Right. But meanwhile, he was what? Look at
his belly got so big there, man.
Look at him; he's popping buttons.
Remember that episode? Remember the episode where they came to America? He had the Mercedes SLS.
Yeah.
And
what was he eating?
He stopped at the first rest stop they found, and they went to McDonald's, and they had one shot of him stuffing his face with a Big Mac. Just he couldn't get it in his mouth quick enough, right?
With a supersized drink.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he makes fun of us saying, "Oh, cheeseburger this and American that and cheeseburger that." Well, look at him. The first thing he does when he comes to America is eat cheeseburgers.
That's it. Let me get a double.
Yeah, supersize me.
That's it.
But you know what, Ted? We always have. There's another Top Gear that we have to fall upon. You know, there is still one that we can go to. It's not a TV show though.
No.
It's a video game. Ted, you remember this? Come on.
Yeah, I feel like jumping out of the window right now and getting into my car and race.
Do you remember this one, Alex? It's a Super Nintendo game called Top Gear. It's a racing game.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah.
This was like this is an amazing game. Ted, this is like your favorite game of all time, right?
Yes, absolutely. This and Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. So we can play a little Top Gear. Here we go, Ted. Are you driving right now?
Nighttime. Night
mode. All right, let me get the night. Yes. This is the night stage. Hang on.
You know, that's how it starts.
That's it.
There we go. There we go.
This gets Ted so pumped up, right? You hear this? What do you want to do, Ted, when you're driving and you hear this?
Oh, I have it.
I made you a CD this because I want to see you go nuts when you drive.
I'm doing like $130 on the 135. You kidding me? Love this stuff.
That's it. This is like the night driving stage. So we still have a Top Gear.
You know what it is, man? I mean, growing up as a young kid, seriously, this is the only game I used to play till like 3 o'clock in the morning. I used to love this game.
You'd be up for hours playing this thing, huh?
I mean, I still love this game. Actually, I'm not. I tried playing it the other day.
Did you really?
There's no way in hell. Yeah, I slide off all the time. Like I'm not good with my reaction time.
Like I used to be. You used to play every day, so you were much better at it.
Yeah, I'm an old dog right now, man. That's it.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, we still have a Top Gear.
Mario Kart, I still kick ass though.
The battle mode or the regular one?
Battle mode. Battle mode. You put anybody against me.
And you're always the Cooper. You're always the Cooper, right?
I'm Cooper. Yeah. You cannot touch me, man. You cannot touch me. I'll kill anybody in that.
You're crazy.
That's going out to everyone. Anytime. I'll verse anyone.
All right, so
best out of 5. Best out of 5.
You've just heard the challenge, folks. Okay, if you catch up with us, you have a Super Nintendo handy. Ted will take you on battle mode on Mario Kart.
That's it.
Yes, I will.
Good deal. All right, so windshield wows. Teddy, what was your windshield wow this week?
I'm liking. I saw the brand new 2015 Acura TLX.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have a look.
It looks to me. It looks smaller than the regular TL that it was before.
Okay.
But I guess it's probably because of the line. But I mean, in my eyes, I love the way the rims look on the car, especially in black. And the way those lights that Acura is doing, especially, remember on that new NSX that we saw?
They're called
By the way,
jewel lights, aren't they? Or jewels, or what do they call those things in the front?
You probably know better than me. We'll call them jewel lights.
Something like that.
But,
I think it's called that, yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing. I want to bring up something, actually, that I read. The NSX, the new one.
Yes.
Do you know a woman designed that car?
No, I had no idea that. Really?
And she is hot as hell. Deadass.
Japanese,
Yeah,
I'm assuming?
No, American from here, from California.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Blonde, I swear, man. I need to bring this article up. For you. You have to post it up.
You'd imagine that car being designed in some secret Japanese laboratory, and somewhere in Honda headquarters there in Japan. That's crazy.
Oh, dude, I mean, she's totally hot. I was like, I would never think of it. And I think she's the one that designed I think it was called the ZDX. Remember that crossover car that was to compete with the X6?
Yeah, I do remember that one. Yeah.
That didn't make that much sales, but she was the one that designed that, actually, which looked beautiful. I mean, it looked awesome to me, you know?
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and she's the one that designed the new NSX.
Right, go Acura.
Yeah, baby.
That's it. Alex, did you have any windshield wows?
I'm still stuck on the Audi A8.
So you saw an A8 on the road.
I love them.
All right. So obviously your eyes just go to the 4 rings. You see 4 rings, your eyes just kind of follow them. Okay.
I get stuck and get dumbfounded. I'm like a deer in headlights.
Was it the long boy? Was it the big one or just the normal?
Yeah, the big L.
Oh, the big L. Okay.
Yeah, the big L.
All right. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you guys. Yeah, I just found the article. It says, think the new Acura NSX is beautiful? ? Wait until you see its designer. I'm telling you, she's the first woman to be in charge of a supercar's exterior design.
What's her name?
She's from San Jose, California. Her name is Michelle Christensen.
Okay, Michelle. Shout out to you, Michelle. Nice job on the Acura NSX. I do like it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good
job. Good job.
Did you just kiss your screen, Ted? What did you just do?
No.
My windshield wow was the Chevy Silverado 1500. Okay, I finally saw one of these on the road, the new one. And it was behind me, and it was actually tailgating me. So, surprise, surprise, a New Jersey driver tailgating another New Jersey driver. But okay, so it filled my entire rearview mirror. It was just big American Chevy grill. It looked like the car was going to eat my car, okay? It was right behind me, and then it drove around me. It looks pretty mean. It's a good-looking truck. It's so square and big now. I'm liking it a lot now that I see it in person on the road.
No, they do look nice, though. But I still stick with Ford.
Well, yeah, Ford's definitely up there. We've talked about them, and we definitely respect them. All right, so Teddy and I are going to be at the New York International Auto Show April 1st and 2nd. You can hit us up on Facebook if you're going to be there. We'd love to say hi to you. Also, coming up, let's see, I'll be judging and announcing the awards at the VW Audi Show and Go at Raceway Park in Englishtown, New Jersey. That's going to be on April 26th of 2015. Come on by. It's a great show. There's over 50 classes of air-cooled, water-cooled VW, Audis, great racing, good food, chicken fingers.
Sit, chicken fingers, bro.
All right, I'm waiting for Alex for this one, okay? We look forward to going to this to Englishtown in general because of those
chicken fingers.
God,
just for chicken fingers, we go there.
It's worth the price of admission alone.
Exactly.
They're great.
Actually try to park as close as possible to the booth.
The snack booth.
To get my chicken fingers.
By any chance, does anyone know what time Five Guys closes?
Five Guys Burgers?
Yeah, I had I'm in such a mood for Five Guys.
Yeah, it's probably 9 o'clock. You're probably out of luck right now.
Well,
sorry about that.
Yeah.
Listen, you always go to BK, man. They're open.
24.
That's it.
I know.
Get that flame broiled.
Flame broiled. So anyway, if you're around on April 26th, you want to check out the show, come on by, say hello to me. I'll be there all day. It's a great day outside, seeing some pretty impressive drag racing as well. Okay, so to close today's show, there's another article that I found, and this is just, it really struck a chord with me. I don't know how true it is, but it looks accurate enough, it looks real enough, that Chevy is talking about bringing back the K5 Blazer as well as the S10 Blazer.
No, it's not going to be the same.
Well, I mean, all I got to say is, guys, it's like a rock. Okay? So, Ted, you now, listen, you had that S10 Blazer. You missed that thing like crazy, don't you?
Yeah.
Now, Alex, you had your
Silverado.
Chevy Silverados. You missed them, too? Like a rock.
Shit, man, it's gonna bring a tear to my eye.
Does this bring a little tear? We can see a little misty eye, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, Ted, what would you do, Ted, if Chevy brought back the new S10 Blazer? Would you have to test drive that, you think?
Well, the new one?
Yeah, the new one.
I wouldn't care. I would like my old one. I want the 90.
The trucks that last. Chevy trucks.
They did last. I'm not gonna lie, they did last.
So, folks, appreciate you listening to AutoChat this week. If you want to email us, my email address is craig@autochatshow.com. Teddy's is teddyk@autochatshow.com. We look forward to your emails. Thank you for sending them, and any car tech questions or suggestions for upcoming episodes, anything you want us to talk about, we will take an email from you to discuss that and on the future show. So, as always, folks, thanks for listening. We'll see you on the streets. Take care.